3 years ago in Paris, all countries historically agreed to take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The focus here at COP24 has been on negotiating how this translates into an effective response to global warming. On Wednesday, the High Ambition Coalition, consisting of the EU, the least developed countries, and a number of other states, called for the collective will to cut emissions by 2020 to be stepped up in light of the UN 1.5-degree global warming report.
There is a disconnect. The words that are being drafted as they stand do not adequately reflect the challenges and the call for action that has been articulated over the course of these past few days.
Countries communicate emission reduction plans through nationally determined contributions, or NDCs, which are central to the Paris Agreement. NDCs represent everyone's best efforts and their contribution to the overall objective of reducing emissions.
Right now, the NDCs are headed towards more than 3 degrees Celsius of warming. The Paris Agreement calls for limiting warming well below 2 degrees and also trying to have warming no more than 1.5 degrees. So we are very off course. Basically, we have emissions growing over the next decade instead of basically halving, which is what we need by 2030.
Whether all countries heed the call to ratchet up climate action remains to be seen. The shape of the final agreement has not yet emerged, and expectations are mixed.
We are expecting to have by the end of COP24 a high ambition package, that it is related to recognize the role of science, to recognize the importance of have more financial flows, to recognize the importance that by 2020 parties are going to put again their climate plans on the table.
In terms of outcomes on climate action, and especially the ambition and the mitigation section, I think it can really be anywhere between the Copenhagen COP 2009, which was a big disaster, and also COP21 Paris, which was then again a big success. So I think we are sort of oscillating back and forth.
In light of the resounding science, the end game has to be an agreement that helps avert the most devastating impacts of climate change, and the NDCs are a critical tool for achieving this.
What's going to be really important are 2 things. One is let's get strong rules in the rule book on the information so that we know what these NDCs mean, on accounting so we can track progress and understand if these NDCs were achieved. But we also need really strong signals on ambition and increasing the ambition of NDCs and increasing action in 2020 and before 2020. That's going to be really, really critical.
As of Thursday night, there's still no consensus on whether NDC guidelines will apply to all countries equally, and if money and other support should figure in the equation. All roads are converging towards a Katowice outcome. There are around 24 hours left before the curtain is supposed to drop. Appleton, IISD Reporting Services, Katowice.